Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to my channel and thanks for joining me for this video. So for today's video, we're going to do an unboxing and a short review of this Jakks Toys Samus action figure. So they've actually done a few of these figures before, and they did Samus in a few of her different color schemes, her different suits that she has, and those are really cool. But this is the newer one that just came out recently, so they've done a few little upgrades to the articulation from what I have seen. So we're gonna go ahead and check that out. And Samus is just one of the coolest characters. She's one of my all-time favorite video game characters, if not characters from like anything. Like, she's just totally boss, and she kicks alien butt and has a sweet suit. And the games are great. Were always one of my favorite games. Growing up, I love Super Metroid, played the crap out of that game, and my whole family, I actually grabbed a few of these. My whole family, my kids, love Metroid as well, and think that Samus is totally boss. So that's really cool. And if you've never read any of the comic, I've been reading the comic books, and actually just reading them online. If you want to buy them on eBay, they're actually really expensive, but you can find them and read them on like the Metroid database, I think is the website, and you can read some of the manga comic books there. So we'll go ahead and check out the box, and then we'll get this thing out of the package and review the figure. So we can see here from the front, we can see Samus hanging out here, and she's got her morph ball as her accessory, and we can see it says Samus from Metroid Prime 2 down here, the Jakks toy logo right there. And then we get a pretty cool picture of Samus Aran. I always pronounce her name Aran. Some people say Samus Aran, but before I ever heard her name, I always said Aran. So that's what I call her, and a little Metroid logo there. On the back, we've got a picture of the actual action figure, and a little read up on the figure right there if you want to pause and read that. And some of the little pictures, some of the features she has, the articulation or something like that. And then a little see more figurines at the Jakks website. So without further ado, we'll get this thing out and check this fig out and see what it looks like out of the package. Alright, so we got Samus out of her package and standing there looking pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check out her articulation. Now, I actually couldn't find some of my old other versions of Samus to make a good comparison, but we'll go through the articulation anyways, and I can tell you some of the new features anyways, because I remember from my old one. So for her head movement, she can look left over here, but only to about her shoulder, and then it just doesn't go any farther than that. I don't know what's obstructing it there, just kind of tight underneath there. So not too far there, and pretty much the same looking right here. You do get a little bit of up and down movement, but she can't really look up. She can more just look forward and then look down a little bit. And her head can't obviously make it all the way around. So just to the shoulders and then up and down a little bit. Limited range of motion there. Her arms go all the way around here. She does have shoulder joints that come out. She can't get her arms all the way out into a T-pose. More like a, yeah, just not quite there. About right there is farthest. But she does have a little armpit joint in there. And then here, her pauldrons, they actually have the little peg in there so they can rotate a little by themselves. So that's cool. Her arm, no bicep swivel there. She does get double jointed elbows, and they're really weird. Like, look at that. So she can really tuck her arm in here, and then it also bends there. So super weird there, but you're not really supposed to do all that with it. But for the double jointed, she can get her hand up there, she can touch her face, so that's pretty cool. And then down to her wrist, they swivel there, and they hinge in and out here. Well, for the arm that has the hand on it. So that's what you got going on there. Then the same, no bicep swivel here on the right, and then she does have a double jointed elbow here for her gun arm, so you can get her arm out like that. Then, oh, let's get this going. Oh, there we go. And then you see a little bit of orange paint showing through here. Now that might just be from rubbing, from clicking it in and out, but she can get her gun arm up like that, so that's pretty cool. You can get her in some cool poses like that. get her holding actually holding her gun, and you definitely couldn't do that with the old version. The old version was single jointed elbows, and her arm kind of just stayed like that. Actually it bent more like that, and that was about it. So you can definitely do some more cool things with their arm there. They actually have a butterfly joint on these, so that's really cool. You can see the cutout right there, so her arm can come in like there, like that, and then it can come out like that. So you can get her in some lunging forward poses and stuff, and actually get her do some work with her shoulders. And so that's pretty cool. It's really nice they added that. That coupled with the shoulder pauldrons moving the double jointed elbows, you could really get this simple Samus to do some pretty cool poses. That's awesome. So she has a waist swivel here, no torso diaphragm joint or ab crunch or anything like that to get her to bend forward, unfortunately, but she does swivel here. Then her legs are on ball joints there. They only go out about that far, so no splits happening here, and come in, her feet can touch like that. And she's got double jointed knees. The old version does not have double jointed knees. Like I said, it comes in a few different suit color variations, and they were pretty cool, but this is a pretty big improvement with the double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. The previous model also did not have any butterfly joints, and these her pauldrons also did not move. So that's quite a bit of upgrades already from the previous. And so we can get her with the double jointed knees, get her leg up like that. She can kick out like that. That's really good. Not bad at all. So her ankles don't have any swivel here. Let's check out this ankle. It looks like it's just a little hinge in here, and that's all you got. So there's no pivoting the foot there. There's no swivel or anything like that, and it also does not 360 swivel here. So you can just bend her foot up and down, and that's it. But still, it would be nice to be able to pivot that foot for better balance. That's one of the things about some of these World of Nintendo and Jakks figures, but even still, not too hard to get it to stand. But pretty good overall. I really like the improvement for one, on the detail, and two, the articulation rocks for I can't remember what this, I want to say this was like $10. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the thing about these is they will go up in price. The previous ones did, and like the Zelda and Link, just Nintendo stuff's like that sometimes. They don't do too much figures like the Marvel Legends and the Power Rangers where they go all out with them. They're kind of rarer releases, and they have been limited on their articulation and detail and accessories and stuff like that. So this is a pretty cool fig for a pretty simple package and at a really great price. So we'll get a little bit closer on the paint. Now, the one I had in the beginning of the video is actually the one that I'm keeping in the package. This is one that I'd already opened, so the paint did not come chipped like that, so do not fret. This has already seen some playtime and posing and stuff like that, so some of the paint has worn off, and I'm sure that's what's up at the elbow right there as well. So do not fear, this thing came out pretty pristine, and the paint looks pretty good. So one thing that's different about this is like the mask is like this weird kind of, I don't know, it's like a satiny look. It's kind of hard to explain, and the camera's not fully doing it justice. It's grown on me. I didn't particularly love it at first because the previous versions, it was real glossy and gave it that like visor look. It had like a real shine to it, but this one has like a satin look. It almost looks like it's a sticker, like a decal laid on, but it's not. I'm pretty sure it's painted on there. But she looks really good. All the little green details of her suit don't look half bad. You see they got the little 3-line patterns here throughout the shoulder pauldrons, like it should be, and her little green glowies there. And then down her thigh, the green paint don't look too bad at all. You got the green stripe going down through here, and another little green circle there. That all looks pretty good. You got gray paint in here for her little joints. That looks good. Pretty simple on her feet. She's got her little lines cut there. Give definition to her boots. And all the lines here under her armpit. Then we come around to the back, a little booster there. It's got some gray there, and then on the inside, and that all looks pretty good. Some little marks there. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like that when I got it. But not too bad, not too bad at all. And these are just cheap figs. Like if you just want to keep them in the package and have them around for decoration, or you want to pop them out and don't want to go like break the bank. I mean, if you want the Figma Samus, yeah, just go check out the price on that, and you might be rushing out to get this just to have a Samus around. So if you're like not trying to get that serious and spend, you know, a bunch of cash for a Samus figure, this thing is freaking awesome, and these will not be around for a long time. And what I mean is they'll come off the shelves and people will be jacking the price up and selling these on eBay, I'm sure. And Nintendo is probably not going to just, they don't seem to stock very much of things, and kind of do the same thing like they do with their systems, make it a little bit limited, and people want what they can't have. So yeah, I would grab this when you get a chance. So the paint looks really good. Not, you know, it's not like Figma level, but not bad for a cheap, simple figure. And her articulation, though it is limited in some areas, they really made this thing pretty fun, like with the double jointed elbows and the double jointed knees and those the butterfly joints and the pauldron movement. That's really awesome. You can get her into some, probably even some of her classic poses, some cool looking stuff. Not bad at all. She's not too hard to stand. But we're also gonna check out her accessory. Her one accessory was her morph ball. So this kind of just feels hollow. But the detail on this looks about the same as her suit. Not bad at all. You don't see the green bleeding into the red because it's got the red that goes through the small cracks and then the green band here. And it looks pretty good. You even got a little bit of orange on the tip right there. Looking pretty good. Not bad at all. But yeah, it's like hollow. It's pretty light, pretty simple. And that comes with her. So you can set that somewhere else and pretend that she's rolling around or something. But very cool. Let's go ahead and measure her and see how big she actually is. So like, I might be mistaken, and the previous figure that came out might have been the World of Nintendo, and it might be why it's a little bit smaller, because I feel like this is a little bit taller. And like I said, correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, or if you have either one or both of those figures. If this is Jakks' first Samus action figure, or if this is the same, just a little bit different, just upgraded articulation or not, or if the other that I'm thinking of is World of Nintendo, because they make the same like 4-inch line figures. So this is actually right at 5 inches, right to the top of her helmet, 5 inches. So this is a 5-inch fig, right on the money. So that's how tall she is. Let's go ahead and just compare it to some other figs, just cause. So, you know, your Marvel Legends are typically 6-inch figs. So that's what she's gonna look like to Marvel Legends Spider-Man. So obviously completely different scales, but that's just there for reference. But we'll go ahead and throw in, so this is the Jakks Breath of the Wild Zelda. We'll throw her next to her, and she looks like she's just under 5 inches. Let's see if we can get her to stand there. Okay, so she fits and scales in really well with her. This is World of Nintendo. So the World of Nintendo, the Jakks, they all do these smaller scale figs. Oh man, this little Wind Waker, he has seen better days. This guy has been through it all. But there's your Wind Waker Link next to Samus and Princess Zelda. And this Wind Waker Link has seen it all. Like, his leg is broken. My kid's like repaired his knee with a wire and gave him a new joint. He's got a second life. His boots are all worn down. Super cool fig. And this guy was like 10 bucks too. I mean, little elbows. Came with a sword and a shield. Really cool. And then we'll also compare him to our World of Nintendo. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is World of Nintendo Mario. I'm pretty sure they got Jakks Toys Mario as well. So that's a comparison with a Mario. And I think that scales pretty nicely. He's got the big head and the little pudgy body. Definitely got the fat head, so pretty cool. I'm gonna throw in another little Nintendo fig. If you got a Nintendo collection, just so you can get a reference. She seems to fit in right where she should. She's 5 inches, and she should probably be taller than most of the people in these scales while she's inside of her suit. Obviously, if she was like a Zero Suit Samus, maybe a little bit shorter, but in her suit, that's where she should be. So, got her there with the Diddy Kong and the Princess Zelda. But that's about it for the Jakks Toys Samus. She is pretty sweet. Maybe we'll see her in some of her other suit variations, like the gravity suit or something like that. Get her in that cool purple, or even the Metroid Fusion suit. That would be freaking awesome. But that's about it for this review. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, hit that like button and subscribe. Leave a comment below if you have this figure, if you love it, if you hate it, if you have some of the other figures that I mentioned, some of the other versions of Samus, like the non-Figma. I have that figure too, and I love them both. The Figma, of course, is much more expensive and comes with other accessories, but if you want something to just pop up on your desk or just add to your small Nintendo collection, this is a must in any Nintendo collector's collection. So, like I said, I hope you like this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, and take it easy. Talk to you later.